What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday night. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I, of course, am your host, Jimmy Smith. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate all the likes, the subscribing, the questions, comments you throw my way. I do truly appreciate all of you that tune in. Hope you guys are having a great day. I myself am having a wonderful day. So I just wanted to jump on before the night ends. Was watching a little bit of Sixers, but wanted to talk a little bit about this coaching news. We talked a little bit yesterday before I had to head out to Harrisburg. Had a nice drive. As soon as I got to drop my girlfriend off to take her test, which she passed, got her license. Congratulations to her. So proud of her. I truly am. But as I sat there, let her go in, said our goodbyes, I get to my phone, and sure enough, it already begins. Sure enough, we've got more candidates, and it just doesn't end, ladies and gentlemen. So the coaching search, it's on, baby, and it's been on about 9-10 days now. So we've got a lot of names up here, and we're going to definitely go through them. We've tried to, stay on top of what's going on. We hear about every single day who is the top guy here. Everybody trying to explain to you why this guy is the guy. We're going to let you know what we're thinking here. What's going on, Malcolm? Thanks for tuning in. As always, you are the man. Thank you, man. Hope you're having a good night. My man, Benjamin. Hey, what's going on, brother? Got a little bit of Go Irish in here. What's going on, Ben? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Adrian, just about to say two things. Hire Deuce and go Birds. I like it. I surely do. Go Birds, of course. Now, hire Deuce Staley. That's a name we've been talking about, guys. Name I wouldn't be upset about. He was in for an interview. I believe it was Friday. Hey, we talked about, the change that's needed in this front office, the coaching staff. John Dorsey, please God, have some kind of say in the player personnel. That'll make me feel better. But the coaching, I think, when you talk about Deuce Staley, people say they want change. They want something different. They don't want Deuce Staley. The thing is, you don't know what you're going to get with Deuce Staley. I did see a report about Deuce Staley. He turned down, so he didn't want to be an offensive coordinator because he wasn't going to have play calling abilities. And Doug Peterson, kind of hindering people and not changing. That's why he got fired or parted ways, whatever the hell happened. Things needed to change. And if you weren't willing to do that, the definition of insanity is expecting some kind of change when you're doing the same thing. Not going to happen. So Deuce Staley, I think that he could bring in a good staff with him. That would make me feel a lot better. So yeah, I'd be all for it. You see the players, ex-players, all kinds of people, voicing their opinion, saying that Deuce Staley would be a great hire. And, they had him in on Friday. They've had people every single day trying to bring people in and out. It's been nuts. But you saw that Deuce and Jerod Mayo, maybe he would talk to Jerod Mayo. Maybe he could get him as defensive coordinator. That's a name that was brought up also when bringing up Josh McDaniels. So we'll see. There's a lot of guys that, are available for this head coaching job. But, when they don't get these jobs, they're either going to stay with their respective teams or they could be looking for a coordinator job, which could be here. So we're doing our due diligence. I know a lot of people want to rush into things. We talked about this. Jeffrey Lurie said it himself. He was not going to rush into anything. This was going to be us doing our due diligence. And look, guys, I know maybe some of the names you wanted are gone. Robert Saleh to the Jets. And then you talk about Arthur Smith to the Falcons. Brian Dable says he doesn't even want to interview with us. Fine. That's perfect. Look, and then who was it? The Chargers got Brandon Staley, another name that was mentioned over the weekend. Random names coming at us left and right. And then yesterday when I got to Harrisburg, Kellen Moore coming in for an interview. I'm like, all right. And then 2 seconds later, my God, it doesn't stop. So Kellen Moore. I know a lot of you guys are happy about that. I'm not super pissed, but not exactly my move, guys. But Dennis Allen, the Saints defensive coordinator. Hey-o. So that's an intriguing one for you guys to, I know some people hate the Saints. I myself do not like the Saints, but somebody that, has a good defensive mind, has, a very good defense since 2015. He's done pretty well. We all remember back when he was with the Raiders, Terrell Pryor, though, Matt McGloin, not exactly quarterbacks that are going to take you somewhere. So I don't know. He did some things to work his way up. I know he worked with like the Falcons, the Broncos, Chargers. Doing his thing. Cool. Now he's been defensive coordinator since 2015 for the Saints. So he's been working his way up. Give him an interview. That's fine. Defensive-minded guy, so I know that pisses a lot of people off. You got to realize these guys are going to bring offensive coordinators with them if they're defensive-minded. So not completely against these defensive guys, just like I wasn't against Robert Saleh. So, and then another one we mentioned was Todd Bowles. There's so many damn coaches we've mentioned, but Todd Bowles, I know a lot of people hated that, but you got to think about it. He was back here. I think people just remember what happened in 2012, being the interim defensive coach. Look, bad things happened. Juan Castillo, Jesus. We don't want to remember those things. So when you think of that, you think, holy hell, that's coming back. He's done very well for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had an interview, it was virtually, so it couldn't be as long as some of these meetings they've had in person, bringing people down to Florida, hang out with Jeffrey Lurie, get away. So we'll see. But Brandon Allen, or Dennis Allen, Jesus. There's so many names. We're just getting them all mixed up here. But you see, I just keep getting to change this graphic every damn day. Every name you've heard, I've tossed it up here. Still got Dable up there. You never know what's going on. Still have hope for Eric Bieniemy up there, but Joe Brady as well. You guys know those are my two guys I'd love. But let's be real here. They threw a name at us that was a little surprising, to be honest with you. Nick Sirianni. Dude, Frank Reich's offensive coordinator for the Colts. So obviously people right away losing their minds. Hey, checking him out more and more. I liked what the Colts did. A lot of trickery with Trey Burton, a lot of things going on with those three tight ends. I think, that would be a pretty good fit for us, to be honest with you. From what I've been reading, what kind of coach he is, what I've been, watching with the Colts team, what he's had to deal with three different quarterbacks each year under Frank Reich. Now he doesn't have play calling duty, so let's just get that straight. But he has a lot to say and what's going on. The guy has worked his way up, been a quarterback and a wide receiver coach. He was for the Chargers. He's been like a quarterback quality control and wide receiver for both the Chargers and the Chiefs. And I think, obviously for the Colts, I think that the guy would be a pretty good, honestly, he's not the best option when I first was looking at names because I wasn't even thinking of someone like Nick Sirianni. I'm going to be real with you. No idea. So Eric Bieniemy, sure, I'd love that. Joe Brady, sure, I'd love that. But this guy seems very intriguing. And if you bring the right staff and if, hey, maybe something I know nothing about, and if he's somebody that could fix Carson Wentz, hey, Nick Sirianni wouldn't be against it. So we're getting some pretty intriguing names. You even had John Bones Fossil up there. Everybody 30 and over remembers his dad, old Jim Fossil there, the Giants. Screw the Giants. But Josh McDaniels, he's been thrown out there. People still saying that he is high up there on the board, possibly the next Eagles head coach. Talking about building a staff already, getting them together. Talking about Kevin O'Connell, Gerard Mayo, maybe. Hey, that staff right there doesn't sound too bad, to be honest with you. And I just want to see the Eagles succeed. So that's what this comes down to. And, obviously that comes with a lot of change, a lot of these coaches, a lot of turnover. Now, the thing is, we still have a lot of these coaches on staff that weren't let go. But when a new regime comes in here, we're obviously going to have a lot of changes. Maybe they won't want to keep some of these guys. But one of the guys we were worried about, hopefully he just sticks around no matter who the hell the coach is, Jeff Stoutland. Jeff Stoutland's the man. He is one of, if not the best offensive line coaches I've watched growing up. And I'll be real with you, I'll be pissed if we lose Jeff Stoutland. But today we got some good news because there was news a few days ago that we could lose Jeff Stoutland to Alabama, where he came. Nick Saban and he, great friends, needs an offensive line coach. Whew. Well, Doug Marrone went ahead and took that job. Thank you, Doug Marrone. Never thought I'd be happy to see you do good at something, and it was helping us out. Jeff Stoutland, please stick around for the love of God. In other coaching news for the Philadelphia Eagles, we blocked the Lions from bringing on Dave Fipp, I guess, hot commodity here. Whatever. Dan Campbell wanted him over there with the Detroit Lions on his new head coaching staff. So obviously probably a special teams coach. We blocked that from happening. I don't know if whoever the new coaches are, but to me was, obviously, sometimes I try to see what the bigger picture is. Why are we keeping Dave Fipp? Because you got to think that the whole new staff is going to want a whole new staff, right? I mean, Stoutland, guys like that. But usually you bring your own coordinators, whether you're offensive guy, you bring defensive, whatever. You know what I mean? Special teams guy. Usually you have somebody in mind. Intriguing that they are like, no, man, they're definitely going to want you. You've been so great. You saw the PFF. That means whatever. They're like third. Oh, what's that mean? Third in what? They're third in special teams. Which part? of special teams returning, because I didn't think they were great at putting Jalen Reagor back there at certain times. I understood why Greg Ward was back there when there was no return going to happen. But let's be real here. The special teams was not great. And I don't know what they're third in. I would love to see the criteria for what that is. But yeah, no, man, that's comical to me. It's comical. Listening to the Mike K show, he said Colts offensive coordinator has been in the NFL for 10 years. Yep, that's what I was going over, Ted. I said it. He was quarterback, wide receiver, offensive quality control coach for the Chargers. He did the same for the Chiefs. And now, obviously, he worked with good old Frank Reich when he was over there with the Chargers. He was the quarterback coach at the time, I do believe. Old Phil Rivers. So, yeah, he brought him with him when he left the Eagles. Frank Reich, that is, got the head coaching job. He made this Nick Sirianni his offensive coordinator. So, yeah, he's been doing it, I think, 2009, I want to say. So that would actually be 11 years. So, yeah, man. Hell yeah, Ted. Is Chip Kelly available? Yeah, to punch me in the face so I could choke slam him through a table. Mike K, co-host, thanks for switching to a 3-4 with the team talking to Gerard. Well, if you go with Josh McDaniels and then bring in Gerard Mayo, you probably would switch to a 3-4. I mean, that's what kind of defense he runs. So that would make sense. Hugh Jackson's interested. I wouldn't be against it. There's a lot of intriguing names that have been thrown out there that I don't even have on my damn graphic. And I tried to put everyone I could up there. And every day I keep taking people off, putting people on. And you see most of these names. Now, I saw James Urban, you see at the top right there. I think he got it was just an interview, actually, with the Lions, I believe, I want to say. Whatever. Regardless, that's one of the names that actually had something else going on there. Under Sirianni, sorry. But, yeah, you see Gerard Mayo, Joe Brady, I love. Greg Roman's tossing there. Eric Bieniemy, Lincoln Riley. I heard Lincoln Riley turned down the job. Who knows if that's true. Josh McDaniels, Jim Caldwell in there. Todd Bowles obviously had an interview. Kellen Moore had an interview. Dennis Allen was supposed to have an interview today. Not sure how that's going. But Nick Sirianni, his interview was yesterday. They actually carried that over into today. Sorry. And that's kind of telling. If they were so intrigued by him that they took more time out of today to talk more with him, see what his vision is for this team. That is exciting to hear. Seems like a no bullshit kind of guy. Seems like somebody I wouldn't mind having as the Philadelphia Eagles head coach. So that's intriguing that he actually was still there today and came back. Keep Todd's ass away from my team. Malcolm, not feeling Todd Bowles. Look, I know a lot of people are still feeling that 2012. I get it. And you saw what he did with the Jets. But look, it was the Jets. What did you expect from him? Thought he's been doing great things with the Buccaneers. Just don't think I want him for the head coach myself. So I'm with you. Anyone but McDaniels, Benjamin says, look, Josh McDaniels is not my favorite candidate. I'll be real with you. But he's not exactly a pushover. So that kind of, is intriguing to me. Somebody that's not going to take shit from Howie Roseman. And I don't know. I think Doug was getting to that point and then he got fired. So I don't know what we truly want or what's going to work here. But it's a guy that's good with quarterbacks, a guy that could help either Carson or Jalen, whoever management wants to keep. But they make it seem like the talk has been when guys are coming into, interview for this head coaching position, they're asked their vision and they want to hear what they're going to do with Carson Wentz. Seems like management wants to roll with Carson Wentz. They truly think that they're a quarterback factory. That's why they drafted Hurts. I mean, you sign Wentz this deal, and look, your quarterback shouldn't fail because he has a guy behind him. He should be able to persevere. So that's a whole nother topic in itself. But I think Josh McDaniels would be able to help what's going on here. So I'm not against it. I'm not. It wouldn't be someone where I'm like, and anybody I'm going to try to get behind because they're our damn coach, and we're going to just have to try to ride it out. And there's a lot of damn candidates here. That's why I'm not angry. Everybody, you're hearing it every day. This guy's coach, I heard. It's like, look, Gary from ticket sales, might be telling somebody so-and-so this and this and this. That's wonderful. But let's be real. Nobody's telling anybody anything. We're doing our due diligence. And if they already have someone in mind, maybe that's the case. Maybe they're waiting for Bieniemy. Maybe it's going to be Deuce. And they just want to find out, hey, maybe they want to say, hey, Deuce, we really like this guy. Maybe you should offer him a job as offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. We want to know how you're running your staff. But I don't know how much Deuce would like them trying to have their fingers and everything. But I think he understands if he takes that job, that's already what this is. They have their fingers in everything. And that's where our big problem is. But you got to hope that John Dorsey is somebody that gets more of I would say a player personnel role. And, we don't even know exactly what his role is going to be. He needs a permanent role in this front office. And, Andrew Berry, you talk about Joe Douglas, losing those guys. I think that's something you have to replace. And how he's out there, dude, kid lost at sea. And it's not good. So special team was ranked 3rd overall last year. Yeah, I just was saying that, Malcolm. Yeah, 3rd and what? That's what I was just laughing the whole thing about. Yeah, 3rd and what? What do you honestly think of letting Doug go? Right move, too early? I'm torn with it, honestly. Jared, I'll be 100% real with you. It hit me. Like the next day, I was sitting there doing something and it just made me I was thinking about my dad. And it was like Doug Peterson being there. I was like, man, if my dad could have seen that Super Bowl, what we did. And I was just thinking of all the things he did. But it's like, hey, we wanted change. If he wasn't going to bring an offensive coordinator, then we talked about this was going to be a possibility. And if there was a disconnect between Doug and Howie and Jeffrey, this was quite the big possibility. And here we are, man. So I try to understand the business of it. I've, seen Reggie leave as a kid, Randall, and, Dawkins. I've seen it all, dude, and it sucks, Trotter. And look, let's be real. I think it hurts a lot to see Doug go, but it's something that needed to happen. We know that, right? Unfortunately, it was a guy that won us the Super Bowl, and holy shit, the second year, I can't believe how well things went, and then to fight with all the injuries, all the things that were happening. But I think through that, management and, ownership knew that, but he was kind of stubborn about it. You saw all his interviews. We talked about that. We talked about his unwillingness to change and to adapt to things, to use Carson correctly. And then even Jalen Hurts, just certain things, didn't understand it. And having to even throw Jalen Hurts in was a debacle. Everything going on, all the injuries, everything that was happening. So I think that in my mind, they could have gave him another chance, but I think they both, were kind of pissed, and Doug wasn't going to change. He was talking about, okay, you want me to bring in an offensive coordinator? This guy is hot. I seriously, I can't with Doug Peterson right now, man. The shit he talks about, I can't. I honestly don't even want to get mad at him. I'm not even going to talk bad of him. Actually, the fact that they leaked any of that information about, who he was going to hire, anything like that, I think that really kind of pissed everyone off. And, Press Taylor being your option at offensive coordinator, I don't think it should have been leaked, but I don't think that should have been your option. And I think that would piss anybody off. Look, dude, you should have gave some responsibilities to Deuce or Rich or somebody, but here we are. So we talk about the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over again and expecting change. Well, I think they were just like, look, man, we're going to have to let you go. This is just not working out. If you're not going to change, I don't know if we're going to see eye to eye. And yeah, it was mutual. I'm sure they were kind and shook hands and slapped asses, whatever, dude. But it sucks. Okay. At the end of the day, it sucks, but we want to change. And hopefully that's the coaching change we get is either, somebody we really love that can change his team, like Joe Brady, Eric Bieniemy, I don't know, Nick Sirianni, Josh McDaniels, whoever it is. I want them to succeed, find out what Carson Wentz has or Hurts, or trade somebody or find something, trade Hurts, get some draft capital. That's where it comes down to. There's the change also in the front office. John Dorsey, we talked about bringing someone in. We got our wish there. So got a couple of changes we wanted. Be careful what you wish for. But let's be real, this is scary. And you see so many names. Everybody's like, I hate this guy. Always wearing Cowboys. FM. Oh, he used to work for the Jets. Fuck off. It's like pure chaos out there. And, I try to just keep everything going here and make sure everybody knows what's actually happening and what, names are actually being brought up. And it looks like, Nick Sirianni, Josh McDaniels are, really, really, they did really well. Joe Brady, I heard, had a really good interview. So, it's not like just because they're interviewing more people, they're not going to hire one of those previous guys. So keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be plenty of news every damn day. I'm going to be trying to stay on top of it for you guys. It takes real skill to go 0-16, keep you away from this team. Rough times, man. Rough times. Your top 3 of the 600 candidates and why. 600. That's great. I'll be real with you. I started off a few months ago talking about Eric Bieniemy, talking about the fact that he deserved a head coaching job. If there was a disconnect, we were going to let go of our head coach. This would be the time to get someone like he or a lot of these young guys coming out. So this was kind of the year. If this was really blown up, if this thing really was worse than we thought, if it wasn't just injuries and things like that, if Doug was biting off his nose despite his face, I think this was a possibility. So here we are. And so Eric Bieniemy's been someone I've really considered for a long time. And I think, he obviously wants a job. Texans, Eagles, last two teams remaining without, a head coach. So it's a possibility for him. I know the Texans are finally getting an interview with him. We haven't formally requested one yet, but I know we have a lot of interviews going on. We'll see if we get to it. Please, God, do. But Joe Brady, I really like him. 31 years old. I think that's very intriguing to Jeffrey and Howie, a young man they can grow and groom. He's never been a head coach. They get their claws in there. They can do their thing with the management stuff. He can worry about being a coach, bringing in his coordinators to help him, probably some older veteran guys that have done some things that can really help him through the league. Maybe it'd be Deuce. Obviously he would probably want to call plays. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this stuff. Talk about the coordinators that are coming in with these guys are going to matter. So I really want to know who that is too. But yeah, I would say those two. And then now that we've talked about Nick Sirianni, I think that's somebody that, I really like a lot. So if you're looking at all these guys here, there's intriguing names, but yeah, those are my top three for sure. Let's bring this graphic up here for you. Just saying here. You've got, I think Josh McDaniels is intriguing. I know a lot of people hate it, but I'm not 100% against that. I'm not because Kevin O'Connell, that's who his offensive coordinator is. And then Gerard Mayo, I think that'd be a nice coordinator team. And like I said, I think he could really help out the structure of this team and the quarterbacks. So other than them, I really think that, it's Bieniemy, Brady, and then probably Sirianni. Honestly, I really like. I really like Sirianni. And that's when you're talking about the outside candidates. Deuce Staley, man, that's a hard one for me. I love Deuce Staley. I grew up watching Deuce Staley. Brian Westbrook, Corral Buckhalter, Deuce. Dude, I grew up and I love Deuce Staley. Watched him go to the Steelers. Hated that. And now I've watched him be the running backs coach. Now the assistant head coach. I've loved to see him grow through the ranks. I love Deuce Staley. I know the players love Deuce Staley. I know the fans love Deuce Staley. We all love Deuce Staley. But I have no effing idea what he can do with an offense I don't know. And I know he would bring coordinators to help and all that stuff. I know he can be a damn leader. And that's one of the things a lot of these people that you're lacking. And that's a big one. And that's a big one. You have this emotional intelligence, Doug Peterson, you have all this. You need a true leader. I think Josh McDaniels has a lot of those qualities. Eric Bieniemy, I've heard a lot from the players. I think maybe he could be one of those guys with those qualities. Joe Brady, still real young. You never know what kind of man he could grow into be. I think he could really push to, if he brought in some good coordinators, he could be something special. So you don't want to miss the boat. Even Sirianni, I believe he is 39 years old. That's still young, especially for a head coach. So a lot of great candidates. I think, but yeah, the top three for me right now are Bieniemy and Brady, who they've been. And then Sirianni, I've really been intrigued by what I've seen. So I'm going to toss him in there. I think it's a slash Sirianni Staley because I love Deuce. And I would not be mad at that. I would not be mad at that at all. Yes, Ted, you must have missed the beginning of the video. I told you guys as soon as I would be driving, something happened, but it wasn't. I was driving and then I parked and it must have been pretty damn close because I got on. I was like, son of a bitch. I let her in. I got back in the car, posted it. And then I started getting notifications about it. I'm like, I must have been on time with that because now I'm getting notifications about it. But it was Kellen Moore going in for an interview. And then obviously Nick Sirianni and Dennis Allen news. But yes, I was saying she got it, dude. She passed. She came out. She was pumped. I was pumped. It was awesome. Did you learn anything from that? How to be a GM article? Dude, I got to read 10 pages. I had the kid with. I guess I didn't really think that one through too much. Didn't really get too much of my alone time. But tonight, not only am I going to get to read that, I've got a nice interview coming up with a college player. We'll just leave it at that for now. But going to do my homework, get some questions ready, some things like that. But that GM article, that's something near and dear to my heart because just trying to grow through the ranks, man, trying to do my thing. But I'm going to have an interview coming up here, hopefully with within a week or two. I'll let you guys know when that's going down, but pretty excited about that. That'll be for 4th and John, part of our draft series. I hope you guys are checking that out. All the work everybody is doing over there, all the draft profiles, all the interviews we'll be putting out throughout the offseason. Really exciting stuff. Definitely go over to 4th and John. Check out everything everybody's been doing. And our godfather, Gail, truly holding it all together with all the damn things he's been coming up with and all the dude, it's nuts. It's nuts. I can't thank that man enough for all the awesome content he allows us to have and work with. So hopefully can provide something for him and do well in the interview. And hopefully, it's a young man, sleeper pick, late round guy that I like the kid. And I'm excited to get to talk with him. So thanks for asking, Ted. She did pass. Let's give her one more round of applause. You did earlier. Very proud of Chelsea. She is an amazing woman. And to be able to go to school and then instantly, it was either take that test or she had to wait months because of COVID. So she was like, so took it, had like 5 days to study after graduating and got it done. Proud of her. It was awesome. Thanks for asking, Ted. Doesn't matter who will be our next head coach. A lot of fans will still find. Well, Malcolm, let's be real here. No matter what happens, people will always be complaining. And that's every fan base. But yes, the Eagles fans do get a little rowdy, and, doing this the last few years, I've seen it. It gets very rowdy, and that's why we do this, though. It's a place where we can all talk, and we can talk about the bullshit that's out there. We can talk about whatever. We don't have to talk with those fans that get ridiculous. There's so many ridiculous things out there. There's so many people that want so many ridiculous coaches and players and trades, and it's like, this isn't Madden, first off. But we try to look at it from a perspective of someone who actually played the game, and somebody who understands the game, I like to think. And, that's why I every now and again get people to come on. Half the time, bail on me, but it's all good. We just keep trying to bring that knowledge, and that's why I appreciate you guys coming with the great questions, having the interaction. That's just what we're trying to do. I don't know anything more than most of you guys. I'm just out here trying to talk with you guys. We converse between us, and if there's something I can learn, I'd love to. If there's something you can learn and you think I know it, I'd love to tell you. And that's what this is all about, man. Brotherly love. You guys know, most of you, some of you that just joined, hell yeah, thanks for joining. But, almost died. My girlfriend pushed me while I was stuck inside, stuck in a bed to create this, do this. And now here we go. Now we're chasing the dream. We're going to work for the Eagles one day. And that's how it's going to happen. Just keeping it real every day. And that's what we do. So I appreciate all of you guys that tune in and all the questions that have been coming. Keep them coming. Love it. I am going to get rolling out here in 2 minutes, though. Anybody that watches this afterwards, I always try to get back to your comments, any questions. You can reach out to me. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fantastic stuff. Find it here at the bottom. Subscribe, all that. Just jazz, it's on Twitch, all that. I appreciate wherever you watch it. It means the world to me that you guys like it, subscribe, and follow me, whatever the hell it is. It's awesome. It is. And I do this for you guys. It's also, it was something that helped me while I was really sick. Clearly, got a long ways to go. My health's much, much better, but we're working toward the goal. Next year, hopefully, we could have been at the Senior Bowl this year. You could have been doing things, but with my health and the damn Corona, son of a bitch. But we're working our way up the ranks, baby, and we're going to make sure we bring you guys the best content possible at all times. So whether that's just me or me with the guys over at 4th and John, always trying to bring you guys as much quality stuff as I possibly can. So I hope you enjoy it. And I always say it, but if you guys need anything, seriously, reach out to me. I mean it. Love to see Deuce, but who would his coordinators be? And that's the question. It's like, does he have a relationship with Todd Bowles? Can he get him away from Tampa Bay? There's so many ridiculous names. It's like, does he go with some old players? Like you saw Westbrook's post he put up there, like, let's get Dawkins in there, Trotter and Ike Reese, and hey, Seth Joyner, bring him in. Let's go. Old school Eagles. It's cute. It's great. But that's also what we've been trying to get away from, right? The thing, Deuce Staley, that whole, the Eagles, all that nostalgia, great. That's also what we've been losing with that. So it's like, we want change. I don't know. But I think they could control Deuce enough. Same with Joe Brady. I think Eric Bieniemy, Josh McDaniels, Nick Sirianni might be more of a coach that could stand up for themselves. So I think that's why they're my top guys. When you talk about Brady, he's one of my top guys too. As I had mentioned to Jess Schwain here, I really think that, dude, Joe Brady would be intriguing as hell. But Eric Bieniemy, I love that. I'm going to be happy with. There's a lot of good candidates out here, so I'm hoping to just be happy at the end of it. Because this will, it's one of those things where it's like, this is going to be really hard to fuck this up, but you're gonna, aren't you? Aren't you? That's what you're going to do. And I'm going to have to be pissed off about things, and I don't want to have to be pissed off. I don't. I spent all year pissed off. You guys were supposed to save my 2020. Football's back. Here we go. Birds got a team now, baby. Drafted speed. Oh, quarterback. It's fine. Everything's fine. Brandon Brooks is, everything. It's fine. Everything. This guy. Dillard's. He sucked anyway. Good. Yeah. Everybody going down. We just try to pretend everything's perfectly fine, and it wasn't. Nothing was fine. We just kept burning, crashing, and burning. And it just got worse and worse. So I don't want any more of that. Nobody does. So back to what Jared had asked earlier, am I upset about it? Yes, I'm very upset about Doug Peterson being gone. Love you. Hope you have a great time. Enjoy your year off, whatever you're doing. When you come back, stay out of the NFC, especially the NFC East. But we need to change. So let's make it the correct change, please, for the love of God. We need it, dude. Eagles fans are struggling out here. But I'll be real with you, mental health guy. We have talked about this for months. He survived because that's Jeffrey Lurie's boy. Doesn't matter how much we put on him, how much we know it is him, how much he hasn't done, how much he's missed in the draft, how much crap. Then, you talk about, it's contract master, and put us in salary cap. Shit stain hell next year. Sure, you can get out of it, cutting all the crap contracts and then give us all this dead money that you have. That's a good job. That's smart. That's not smart. That's stupid. And, some of these, you don't even bring some of them back, period. Like, oh my God, not even just the contract. It's like, why, whatever. But that's Jeffrey Lurie's boy. So I told you, everybody kept saying, no, he's going. He did. No, unfortunately. And how mad I was, you know how mad I was, right? How much I talked about kicking his little ass, going down there, sweet chin music, his little ass right through a wall. Yeah. I did, but I told you it didn't matter how mad I was. It didn't matter how mad you were. It didn't matter because they don't give a shit right now. They're just out here smartest guys in the fucking world. They're just, woo. So yeah, I'm scared. I'll be real with you because these guys are still running the ship. And that's part of the big problem here. But I bleed green, baby, and it's all about that damn logo. That's all it is for me. It's all it ever will be. So I'm just hoping these little shits find somebody that knows football. John Dorsey being one of those people, put him in charge of player personnel, we have mentioned forever. Please, for the love of God, that person's finally brought in. It's John Dorsey. Love it. Just watch the Chiefs and the Browns play. Great job. He's done a great job. Let him help here. Please, for the love of God, let him help here. Please. Thank you. Thanks. And then when it comes to coaching, let's go. And yes, he's the lapdog. We talk about it all the time. And here we are. It's still there. Hell yeah, no, smartest guy in the room. I will beat your ass. If you take a quarterback at 6, I will beat your ass. If you try getting slick in this draft, there's so much potential here. There's so many great picks. There's so much you can do in this draft with such great picks that you have, not just that 6th pick. Got rid of your 4th pick, though, for Jannard Avery. And great move, great trade. Yeah, great. Remember that offseason? Bro, big trade's coming, big trade. Jannard Avery. There's people, who would you know? Yeah, I don't know. I know he is, but I'll be real. He sucks. Train's going by. He knows. He's trying to bleed me. I don't blame you. Don't blame you. I'm going to get rolling. The train apparently is here. He's saying, let's head on out. I'm on the train of let's get a goddamn good coach. Because, I'm not tired. I'm not like, we got to get a coach today. It's never going to happen. No. Be patient. Pick the right guy. You already know who it is. If it's Bieniemy, you're waiting. Good. If it's Deuce, okay, stop pulling our chain. Figure out the right coordinators. Let's figure it out. Please, for the love of God, please figure it out. All right, guys, I'm going to get rolling. Love you all. You can always reach out to me if you need anything. It's been great talking to you. Thank you for all the questions, comments. For any of you new viewers, appreciate all the likes, subscribing, everything like that. Reach out to me if you need anything. I will be back tomorrow. We'll see if there's another name added into the list. Things just getting wilder and wilder. But yeah, have yourselves a great night. I'm going to hop into the Sixers game. Hopefully they get the win. But have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And as always, go Birds!